Good morning and welcome. I'm Miss Grew, a fourth grade teacher with the Gulfport School District. Today we're going to be talking about adding and subtracting whole numbers. Our I can statement for this lesson is I can fluently add and subtract multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm. Let's talk about some vocabulary for this lesson. Our first vocabulary word we're going to review is reasonable, which means something that makes sense when given facts are taken into account. Regroup, to compose or decompose ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and so forth. For example, 10 ones can be regrouped as 1 10, or 100 can be regrouped as 10 tens. Add in, the number being added. Algorithm, a set of routine steps used to solve problems. Sum, the result of addition. Let's get started with our first practice problem.
For our first problem, we have 7,315 plus 1,890. I'm going to start with my ones column, and I'm going to do 0 ones plus 5 ones, which gives me 5 ones. Then I'm going to move over to my tens column. I have 9 tens plus 1 10, which gives me 10 tens, but I can't put 2 digits down. So I'm going to put down the tens, and then I'm going to carry my 1 over to the hundreds. All right, now I have 800 plus 300 plus 100. So I could do 800 plus 100 gives me 900, 900, 1000, 1100, 1200. And remember, we can't put 12 down, so we're going to put the 2. We're going to carry the 1 to the thousands place. We're going to bring down our comma. Now I have 1,000 plus 7,000 plus 1,000. So 1 plus 7 gives me 8. 8 plus 1 gives me 9. So 9,000.
Our next problem we're going to solve using place value. So we are going to take each number and we're going to expand it. So we're going to write each number in expanded form. So I have 7,000 plus 300 plus 10 plus 5. And then I have 1,000 plus 800 plus 90 with 0 ones. All right, so now we're going to add using place value. I have 5 ones plus 0 ones, which gives me 5. 90 and 10 give me 100. 800 and 300 give me 1,100. And then 7,000 plus 1,000 gives me 8,000. And what I can do now is I'm going to stack them on top of each other vertically. And I'm making sure I'm lining up all my digits from the ones place. And then I'm going to add. So 5 in the ones, no tens, 2 hundreds, and then 8,000 plus 1,000 would give me 9,000. So my answer is 9,205.
All right, so let's practice with a word problem. The population of Gulfport is 407,989. The population of Biloxi is 86,966. What is the total population of the two cities? So my key word here is total, and I know that's going to tell me to use what operation? To add. Good job. And one thing that's very important when we add our numbers is to make sure we're lining them up from the ones place. So I'm going to write my first number. And then when I go to write my second number, I'm going to write it starting with the ones place underneath the number I already have written. This makes sure that I line it up starting from the smallest place and not from the front. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with our ones column. I have a 9 ones plus 6, which gives me 15. So we're going to solve this the standard way. So we're going to put our 5 ones down and we're going to carry our 10. All right, now I have 8 plus 1 would give me 9. And then 9 plus 6 would give me 15. But remember, this is our tens column, so I'm going to put the 5 down. I'm going to have to carry my 1 over to the hundreds because I can only put one number down. Okay, I have 9 plus 9 gives me 18. 18 plus 1 gives me 19. I'm going to do the same thing over again. I'm going to put my 9 down, carry my 1. Go ahead and bring down your comma. I have 7 plus 6, which is 13, plus 1, 14. Same thing again. Put our 4, carry our 1. I have 8 plus 0, which is 8, and then 8 plus 1, which is 9. No carrying there. All right, so let's practice with a word problem. The population of Gulfport is 407,989. The population of Biloxi is 86,966. What is the total population of the two cities? So my key word here is total, and I know that's going to tell me to use what operation? To add. Good job. And one thing that's very important when we add our numbers is to make sure we're lining them up from the ones place. So I'm going to write my first number. And then when I go to write my second number, I'm going to write it starting with the ones place underneath the number I already have written. This makes sure that I line it up starting from the smallest place and not from the front. Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with our ones column. I have a 9 ones plus 6, which gives me 15. So we're going to solve this the standard way. So we're going to put our 5 ones down and we're going to carry our 10. All right, now I have 8 plus 1 would give me 9. And then 9 plus 6 would give me 15. But remember, this is our tens column, so I'm going to put the 5 down. I'm going to have to carry my 1 over to the hundreds because I can only put one number down. Okay, I have 9 plus 9 gives me 18. 18 plus 1 gives me 19. I'm going to do the same thing over again. I'm going to put my 9 down, carry my 1. Go ahead and bring down your comma. I have 7 plus 6, which is 13, plus 1, 14. Same thing again. Put our 4, carry our 1. Okay, moving to the 10,000s place. I have 80,000, and then don't forget we carried our 1. So 8 plus 1 gives me 9. And then in my 100,000s place, I only have a 4. So we're going to pretend like this is a 0. 4 plus 0 is 4. So our answer is 494,955. All right, using the standard algorithm, we're going to fill in the boxes below to use the standard algorithm for subtraction. So what we have to do in this one, our boxes are only in our answer. So we're going to ask ourselves again, starting with the 1 column, 2 from 4. Good, 2. All right, so notice here, originally we could not take 8 from 3. So they had to borrow from the hundreds column. They took 100 from the hundreds column and moved it over to the 10, which is what made this 13 tens. And then that left us with 6 hundreds. So if I take 8 from 13, that's going to give me 5. And now we have to remember we borrowed from our hundreds place, so now I only have 5 from 6, which gives me 1. They already brought the comma down for us, and I know if there's nothing right here, we're going to pretend that this is a 0. So in the thousands place, I have 1. So my answer is 1,152. All right, so sometimes it's easier for us to set up a place value chart. So they have already put in 1,600, 13 tens, and 4 ones. And the reason they did that is because they already knew that we would not have been able to, once we plug our numbers in, okay, so taking a look at this problem, it looks a little bit different than what we're used to. They did not copy the exact same numbers down from the start that we would have. But really, when you look at it, so 1,734, that's what used to be here. But when we copy down 582, we realized that they saw that you could not take 8 from 3. So they borrowed from the 7 and turned it into a 6. And they regrouped that 100 into the tens to make it a 13. So when you see a problem like this, look at the original problem and take a look at how they borrowed and regrouped. So now we're just going to solve this in our place value chart. 2 from 4, 2, 8 tens from 13 tens, 5 tens, 5 hundreds from 6 hundreds, 100, and 0 thousands from 1,000 is 1,000. So we get the same answer, 1,152. Our next word problem, there are 3,284 cupcakes and 924 cookies in a bakery. How many more cupcakes than cookies are in the bakery? So how many more tells me I'm going to use what operation? Subtraction. Good. So we're going to do the same when we subtract that we did when we add. Or when we added, when it came to lining up our digits based off the ones column. This is so important because you're not going to get the same answer if you don't line up your numbers right there, starting from that smaller place. We don't come over here to put them at the larger place. We always start over here from the ones column. Okay, so my digits are lined up. I'm going to go ahead and start from the ones place. If I take 4 away from 4, I get 0. 2 tens from 8 tens. 6 tens. Okay, I cannot take 9 hundreds from 2 hundreds. So I need to borrow 1,000, which is going to drop this down to 2,000. I'm going to carry that over, and I'm going to add 1,000 to my 200, and that's going to give me 1,200s. Okay, 9 from 12, 300s, And then remember, if we have a blank spot, we're going to pretend that that is a 0, or there's a 0 written. 0 away from 2 leaves me with 2, and don't forget our comma. So there are 2,360 more cupcakes than cookies in the bakery.
Y'all did such a great job today adding and subtracting numbers. Let's review our I can statement. I can fluently add and subtract multi-digit whole numbers using the standard algorithm. Y'all did such a great job. See you next time.